a very important decision that you're going to make when it comes to planning your wedding is live music at your reception. And there are some amazing bands that are here in the Capital District. And I'm here with Mike Emery, New York Players. Thank you very much for coming down.
Pleasure to be here.
So before we get going, though, one of the things that I got to say is that the wedding singer and wedding bands and the misconception that has, before I got into the industry, when I heard wedding band, all I could think of was Adam Sandler and wedding singer. So before we get going, what are some misconceptions that you've heard of for wedding bands?
Well, sometimes when people think wedding band, they think cheese, or they think badly played tunes, or scruffy-looking guys showing up late. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions, but it's also a new era of bands too.
Yeah.
The typical wedding band is gone, you know, with the tuxedo and the bow tie and the brown-eyed girl, old-time rock and roll type standard tunes, you know.
Most of the bands that you see now are actual bands that play events and go and play at various different venues as well as playing weddings.
Sure, nightclubs, festivals, corporate events, fundraisers.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you know, the level of musicianship is higher.
Yes.
The technology's better, so they're bringing in better PA systems, better lighting.
Well, so what do you think are some of the perks of having live music at your wedding?
Well, number one, the level of energy goes up by about 6 levels, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Also, you have anywhere from 7 to 10 people on stage that are interacting with the crowd.
Yeah.
So you have that. Also, you have the personalized approach of some of the songs that you selected for your wedding. Some of them sound great. Sometimes I think the personalized approach of some of our singers sound as good or better than the original artists.
Absolutely. It's rare that I do this, but on these videos, typically it's very general and building up one specific category, in this situation, live music. But I got to give a shout out to the New York Players. We worked together a couple weeks ago, and it's just amazing. It's just so much fun to sit. You had, what, like 8 to 10 guys?
We had 11 on stage that night.
Yeah, at Canfield. And I was done at 10 o'clock, and I just sat for another 20 minutes and just listened to them play. Just because it was so entertaining. And you had a percussionist that was up there with you, and you guys, I just got so energized. It was amazing.
Brides today don't want to just buy a band. They want to buy a result.
Yeah.
And the result is they want the band or their vendors to make sure that her vision is met and exceeded.
Yeah.
They want to make sure, regarding the band, that the dance floor is packed with all ages and they're playing a variety of music. And they want, and we like to see this especially, is people walking out at the end of the night saying, oh my gosh, where did you get that band?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, they want to buy a result, not so much just a band.
Well, here's a question for you. When people are in the process of planning, one of the misconceptions I think that some brides have is that a band can only play a certain number of songs, and that they fear that if they get a band, it's going to pigeonhole them, so to speak, to a specific genre. What would you say to that?
Well, regardless of what band it is, if they've been in business a while, then it's a surefire bet that they've got an enormous song list.
Yeah.
Our focus is to play everything from Sinatra to Lady Gaga to Rihanna, Katy Perry, Earth, Wind and Fire, Aretha Franklin, David Bowie, the Beatles. You know, there really isn't an idiom or genre of music that we don't cover.
Awesome. Well, so how can couples find you if they're looking for a band?
NewYorkPlayers.com.
There you go.
You know, typical Google search, or if you ask any wedding facility within 150 miles of the Capital District, they most likely will have heard of us.
That's great, Mike. Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure being
here. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
That's it for this week. Check back soon for some more great tips. Before we get going, I just got to say that before I got in the industry, my misconception of, hi Winston, how's it going? Come on, come here. He's like, I want to come and hang out with you guys.